Just getting ready for everybody to come in. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? Hey, Maria. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Can you hear me fine? I got my AirPods on.
Yeah, you sound really good.
Oh, God. Thank you. You cute, friend. You cute.
All right.
You cute with the braids.
Thank you. Had to throw a little lash on, trying to look cute tonight.
I love it. You know, I was going to throw a lash on, but then I said I was going to wear my glasses to look kind of studious. So, you know. I love this music. What is it?
This is Doja Cat. It's called Woman. I like this song.
Oh, you should have sent that to me.
Yeah, I think this might be my song of the week. I'm feeling nice. We like her. We like
I like that. I like that.
Hello, everyone. How we doing?
Let's get started.
You want to wait a little bit longer, or you want to just get started?
I give it one more minute.
All right.
One more minute, and then we can get started, and I can love on your braids.
Yeah, they're really nice. I'll try something new. I'm not a cornrow type of girl. But I was like, all right, let me try something.
No, they look really good, and you know what that means? That means you'll look really good with short hair. If you can look, that's how they say. If you can look good with your hair in a ponytail or pulled back like that, that means you can carry a short haircut.
Don't tell me that, because I've been thinking, like, I want to cut my hair.
No, you can. That shows it. Like, if you look cute like that, that means you can carry. Not everybody can carry a short haircut. All right. So I guess we can get started, and as people come in, they can come in.
Okay, so let's pause this music. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our September Pink Table Talk. Tonight's edition is Autumn Leaves and I've Got Goals to Achieve. The season of fall is actually starting this week, Wednesday. So what a great time to get out of vacation mode, get back on track, and finish this year strong by completing those 2021 goals. Tonight, of course, I'm accompanied by the founder and CEO of Embrace Her Legacy, Maria Melendez, our inspirational homegirl.
Yes, she's in the house.
Who is going to be helping me answer questions and give you guys advice on how to achieve those goals. And after this IG Live, you might have a few questions, but we got you. Right now, Embrace Her Legacy is offering an 100% free Savage Goal Slaying course where you can get even more information on how to achieve those goals. And to sign up, all you have to do is click the link in our Instagram bio or go to embraceherlegacy.com/savagegoals, and I put it down below. Okay, and one last piece of information. Our Pink Table Talks are always a donation opportunity. So if you want to support what we do for the community, all you have to do is hit the donate button on this IG Live. You can hit the donate button in our Instagram bio, and you can text Embrace to 844-701-5181. That's all I got. And Maria, are you ready to get started?
I mean, can I just shout out Isis? Can I shout you out for just being amazing? She hit every point. She said, this is what you do to support the movement, honey. So I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited. All right, so let's get started. So, Autumn Leaves and I've Got Goals to Achieve. First question is, what are some tips for getting out of that vacation mode?
It's hard. So first, you got to give yourself grace. Like with autumn coming and fall, and like we said, this week launches the week of fall, the first day of fall, right? I'm still on vacation mode because the weather's still relatively nice. I took time off in August. I took my longest break ever of like 3 weeks away from Embrace. Went on vacations, and this time I think it's going to be a little harder because a lot of us have been outside in the summertime, outside because we were locked up for a year and a half, right? So I think with vaccination rollouts and people traveling again, like outside has been busy. I'll tell you, when I was at the airport when I traveled in April was completely different to when I traveled in August. Like April was like, people was kind of traveling. When I went to the airport in August, everyone was like on the next flight out. So I think first we got to give ourselves grace, right? I think a lot of us we're outside, had a lot of fun, and it's going to take time. So if I would say be gracious to yourself because it might take a couple of weeks. It may take, a couple of days. Heck, it may be November 1st. You're like, okay, now I'm like getting into the swing of things. So I would say first and foremost to get out of vacation mode is to give yourself grace. Now, another thing that I think is important to get out of vacation mode, and I am behind one of my vision boards, well, in front of one of my vision boards, is to create a vision board. And sometimes vision boards it can be overwhelming, but I would say put a
Mhm.
picture in front of you that represents the goal that you're trying to achieve, right? So if you know that's like, listen, summertime, I was out here messing around, I was outside eating crazy. I know I was outside eating everything. So now I told you today, I said, oh, wait, there's some pounds gaining. So even if the goal is to look a certain way, to lose certain weight, to get back into school, to pass the bar exam, whatever it is, I think if you put a picture in front of you, it could be something off of Pinterest. It could be something that, you have a physical picture behind you, but I think like if you put the actual photo of it in front of you, it's gonna like motivate you because you're like, all right, that's how my body's gonna look. That's how, my GPA is gonna look. That's how my bank account is gonna look. Do something also to like embody what that goal would look like. So if it's like, oh, you're trying to get your money right, like, go do physical things like, all right, well, let me see how it would feel to go shopping. Listen, I sometimes I do pretend shopping and I just like put things in my car and I'm like, wow, I wonder how that would feel to not have to budget for this. Like just try
Right.
to do things to like motivate you to kind of manifest it like, oh, this is how it's gonna feel, that's how it's gonna look. And that'll probably give you a little bit more of a push to like get out of vacation mode. What are some tips that you have to get out of vacation mode and focus on some goals?
For me, when you're transitioning from the summertime to starting a new semester, it's like, whoa, I still want to go outside. Like, I still want to go hang out with my friends. So for me, I need some structure. I need to get the
Mm,
whiteboard. I need to get the planner. I need to start writing stuff down. That's the only way I can get myself into the spring of things. And also, I need sleeping schedule. I need to fix it. Even if I don't have class in the morning, I'm waking up at 7, 8 o'clock just to make sure, okay, I'm starting the day early. Early bird catches the worm, all of
mm-hmm.
that. Because if I don't do that, if you're waking up at 12, it's like, whoa, I'm already feeling lazy. So
Yep.
for me, my tip is waking up early and just creating that sense of a routine because the discipline is what's going to get you going.
Amen. And it's funny you say that because last week I had you post on our Instagram the podcast episode I did 3 years ago is what successful people do every morning. And it's
Mm-hmm.
really about having that morning routine. And I think that structure and routine will definitely get you to discipline to say, all right, like you said, I'm back in school. I can't be on the phone till 5 o'clock in the morning. I can't be outside till, whenever. I have to have some structure. So I think that's also an important thing. So if anybody's interested, I would definitely suggest listening to that podcast episode, like what successful people do every morning to really get some structure on your morning routine. And waking up early,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, I love how you said that, Isis. When you wake up at 12 o'clock, I'm not gonna hold you. You feel like crap. You like, oh God, what did I do with my day? Like, So unless it's like the weekend, this is one of your days off or whatever. But if it's just like a regular day, and it's like, girl, why are you waking up at noon? you know?
Yeah, like you're already starting late.
Yeah.
So my next question is it okay to take a break from actively trying to achieve a goal?
Absolutely. I think sometimes we put too much pressure on achieving the goal by a certain date. Now, there's nothing wrong with being disciplined, being structured, being focused, but sometimes things are out of your hands, right? And there are things on this 2020 vision board, 2018 vision board that some of them I got achieved 2018, some of them didn't happen until 2020,
Mhm.
So I think like you gotta also leave room for life, be life in, or trusting God that it's gonna work out in His time. And then like sometimes I think it's good to like step away from a goal, not to change the goal, but to change your strategy to get there. Because sometimes you may think, oh, this is the only way I'm gonna accomplish this goal. Maybe not. Maybe there's other creative ways, and I'm a firm believer in stepping away from something and seeing like, all right, how can I do this better? What do I need to do? Recalibrate, get a clear head. And I notice when you're not like overwhelmed with the goal, like the idea is just kind of like full of you, like, oh, I could do that better. Oh, if you're just like, just take time to like breathe and like step away from a bit and come back to it when you're ready. And if you realize that that's not a goal you want to focus on anymore, your goal could have been like, all right, I'm gonna finish school and I'm gonna go take my GMAT or whatever test is, go to law school, and then you're like, wait a minute, honey. I don't think I want to go to law school anymore. That's fine. You can step back and ask yourself, like, do I really want to do this now? I want to go to law school, but you know what? I'll wait another year or two. Let me wait until I'm like really, really certain that that's what I do. So what I want to do. So it's definitely okay to take a break from trying to achieve a goal.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Do you like taking breaks?
For me, I'm the type of person, I hate stopping my momentum, but I also realize like that is okay because sometimes it does get overwhelming, and you're absolutely right. You know, perfect because I'm a college kid. You start off in school with one major, then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I want to explore some different stuff. Like maybe I'm gonna change my major. So it's definitely okay. And I feel like social media has made it seem like, oh, I say I want to get a car, and then 2 weeks later I'm posted with a car, and I'm like, so great, and I had no problems getting it. I feel like people have to normalize like achieving a goal is not easy. There's bumps in the road. It might take you 2 years, and it might take someone 2 days. So I feel like that part is what kind of stumps me up. It's like, oh, I'm 20 and everybody around me is doing this, but it's like it's okay. Like your timing is your timing, and their timing is theirs. So I feel like it's okay to take a break if it's overwhelming you and making you feel like bad for not getting it done. Like it's alright. Like whoa, let's take a step back, make a game plan, and then we could go back in.
Right, absolutely. I agree. It's nothing wrong
Hmm.
with momentum, but if you feel like that goal is overwhelming you, then yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Hmm. So since we're touching on that, the holiday season is a big part of fall. So why is it hard to stay on track when the holidays come around? Like, why do you think that is?
Oh, wait. I think the holiday season itself is like I think it's a mental thing because Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And that
Hmm.
is all surrounded around family, friends, faith, fun, eating, communing with loved ones. Like none of that screams, let me wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Let me take my Saturday to work on this essay for school. All of that signals to your mind. It's the same thing that summertime signals to your mind. It's like leisure and fun and like family and relax. So I think that's what it is. And also the holiday season is also an indicator of the end of the year, right? And I think by the time October, November comes around, most of us are tired of whatever the year brought us,
Hmm.
especially 2020, 2020, 2020, 21 just been like, it
A
has
blur.
been, yeah,
It's
it's
been a
been
blur.
like one long blurry panorama that's going on outside, right? So I think by the time the end of the year comes, we're tired. We're like, especially right now, we like, oh, can the next year just come along? Because what this last year was giving me, I wasn't liking what it was giving. So it's just like I'm ready to move on. So I think it's a mental thing. So one thing my cousins and I always talk about like diet around the holidays. Shout out to the people who can like say no to the extra round of macaroni and cheese. I'm not that person, and I
I'm
am
gonna
that
have my
person.
plate. I'm gonna
Right,
have my plate.
right. I'm going to be honest. We have to also be realistic about what's what we're able to do in those times of the holidays. Like, you know what? And then the weather's getting colder. So you want to stay snuggled up in your cover. So again, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go for that morning run may not be your zhuzh in December, right? But then you're like, all right, cool. If you know that these times are pitfalls for you, I think it's good to like supplement that to say, you know what? I know Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have me 4, 5 plates. Let me make sure that I'm good, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving with my diet. I know I cannot focus, me mentally, I cannot focus after December 16th. Like the latest I can focus on anything work related is December 18th. Like my brain immediately says it's Christmas time. It's time for to drink, eat, and be merry, followed by the holidays. So I purposely shut my calendar down December 18th, December 19th, because I know I'm like, it's not gonna get done until after the holidays. It's not gonna get done until after January 3rd. So let me make sure that I do what I can before then. And you adjust and then you come back at the new year refreshed. But yeah, the holiday season, don't know who wants to focus when you have turkey in front of you, right?
Right.
What
I
about you?
100% agree with you. I
Mhm.
feel like it's hard, especially now. I feel like the semester's just like speeding by. I'm like, whoa, it's about to be Halloween. Like you said, then it's gonna be Thanksgiving. It's like, oh, like how do I stay on track? Like this is hard. Like you said, like you just wanna be merry, have your turkey, just chill. But I feel like that's really where the discipline comes in, and I definitely learned that from you. Like, even though you don't feel like doing something, you gotta do it, so you get up and do it anyway. So I feel like
Mhm.
that's just where that comes in. And if you know you're gonna be out late this weekend, maybe during the week you should be doing a little bit extra work. Or
Mhm.
if you know that Thanksgiving is coming and you might have a little bit more than you should, just make sure that you are doing your thing after and before. So I feel like you're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and it's so funny. One of my cousins, so I believe everyone close to me was born in 1981 because everybody's turning 40 this year. I have
Hmm.
had back to back 40th birthday celebrations, right? And everyone's like vacationing, party. Everyone's like, come here, and everyone decides they want to go away. Everyone for their 40th birthday is like, come with me here, come with me there. And my cousin, who I love dearly, she's just like, listen, and her birthday is Thanksgiving weekend. And she's like,
Hmm.
listen, Aruba. And I was sitting down where I was like, gosh darn it. And then I said, you know what? No. I said, you know why? Because I know that that time is Giving Tuesday, which is the nonprofit, that's our Black Friday. So I said, you know what? It's not smart of me to go on
Hmm.
that vacation. So you have to kind of like assess what's important to you, because I could easily go to Aruba and be on the beach, but is that a priority right now? No. But I
Hmm.
have another friend who's also turning 40 at the end of December, who I'm gonna go to her because again, I'm being mentally checked out anyway. So it's just like, well, I'll go. That's easy. So I think again, you have to know what's realistic for you and set those boundaries. Be like, all right, I'm gonna be extra disciplined this week because I know next week I'm not gonna be focused, and then say no to what you need to say no to focus. Like that time, you shouldn't be traveling if you have finals.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I just want to praise you for that because that's hard. Like saying no to something that you might want to do. Like I gotta give that to you.
Thank you.
So,
Discipline.
so my next question is that I don't think that I'll be able to finish my 2021 goals this year, and I feel like a failure. What should I do?
School child. First of all, don't trust your feelings.
Hmm.
Like I said, and I purposely sat in front of this vision board because there are goals that I set for 2018. Right, that's what I'm going to do. This, I'm going to do that, and it didn't happen. Some of them 2019, some of them 2020. There were goals that I set for myself in 2016, 2017 that didn't happen to 2020 or 2021. So again, you got to trust the timing of your life. Like, you shouldn't feel like a failure. You have to then, I like to say, step away, don't change the goal, change the strategy to get there. Like find out why is it that it's not working, because there may be some sort of like I guess like frailty in your strategy. Your strategy isn't strong enough. So I love telling people this story about the Embrace Her Legacy Academy, which is now like our flagship program. When I first wanted to launch that program, it was the summer of 2015, and one girl applied. Of course, I couldn't have a program with one girl. So after crying, and I think it's okay to like feel the feeling of failure, like feel it. I felt it. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. But I did something that I learned from this personal development guru named Jim Rohn. And he said, write the goal on the top piece of a paper, and then under your goal, write all the resources, people, everything you have access to help you achieve that goal. I did that. And then after that, he says, look through that list and decide like which one of those are like, I guess, which one of those are most attainable? Which one of those are you going to pursue? Like, which one of those things that you have access to is actually going to help you get your goal? So
Hmm.
I did that. And on that list, I realized I had access to someone who worked at OpNet, because Ahmed and I were already like in partnership for a few things. And then I
Mhm.
had another colleague who did the same type of work. So then I just set up the meetings with them. And I really, when I told them what I was trying to do, they, I had a horrible marketing strategy, a horrible marketing plan. And they let me know and they gave me ideas and tips. And they were like, this is what you do. And Ahmed was like, okay, we'll partner. There was so much that came out of me just dusting myself off, trying again, but like revisiting my strategy. And then I implemented everything they told me to do. I got like a mentee slash intern to help. And then we launched in the fall of 2015, and it was a beautiful success as a Saturdays program, which is huge for, Saturdays. Students they rather, be home chilling. So, that lesson taught me like, you can't always, just because it didn't work the first time doesn't mean you can't dust yourself and try again. But don't keep trying the same solution, like, I mean, the same strategy. If that strategy is not working, try a new strategy, right? So something different. So even if you're failing a class, maybe you got to take it with another professor. Maybe you got to change your studying habits. If you're not meeting your weight goals, maybe there's another diet, another workout plan that you need to, maybe the gym isn't for you. Maybe you need to focus on running. Again, finding, not changing that goal, but maybe reassessing your strategies to get there. So you actually achieve the goal and do it this time. And then you know what? Sometimes things aren't meant for you. Like, no, it wasn't meant for you to get that job. It wasn't meant for you to go to that school. It wasn't meant for you to. Sometimes it's just you got it, and you also have to accept the no's. Like, hey, I really wanted to get into Howard, but I didn't. So I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna go to NYU instead, and maybe I'll go to NYU for 2 years and see if I could transfer into Howard. You never know. So you also want to be open and flexible. How do you feel about like being a failure and not achieving your goals, especially for 2021?
For me, I feel like being a failure is okay because I don't want to call it failing. I want to call it more of like I learned a lesson and now I know what to do
Mm-hmm.
better next time. But for me personally, whenever I feel like a failure, I look back at my I did it file and like, oh, like I did this, I was able to accomplish this. Like, hey, we're in a pandemic, it's okay. So I feel like sometimes you have to remind yourself, hey, you might not be doing so well in this area, but you did great over here. Like, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we don't give ourselves enough grace and we don't pat ourselves on the back enough. So I feel like when I'm feeling low, that's what I do. And it makes me want to be like, okay, like I can do this. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Good.
taking those failures and then turning them into something that's positive. That's what I like to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Right. I love that you keep your I did that file. I love it. I love it.
Hmm. So since we're talking about feeling like a failure, what are some strategies to effectively set and achieve your goals?
First, take our free Savage Goal Setting class, like
Yeah.
with the link pinned on
Yeah.
embracealegacy.com/savage goals, or you can hit the link in our Instagram bio.
Hmm.
But they're like top five, six things. And I used to be called the goals girlfriend, honey. So if there's anything I know how to help people do is set a goal, help them get there. So first, and when setting your goals, you got to make sure they're smart.
Hmm.
There's a difference between a wish, a desire, a dream, and an actual goal. And this goal is SMART, meaning that it stands for acronym. S is for specific. So you know exactly what it is that you're showing for. Measurable. You can actually measure it. You can say, okay, you can tell when it is that you've gotten there. I hate when I say people, what do you want? I want to be happy. I want to be successful. Okay, that is not measurable. You are shooting in the dark, right? What does being happy look like? Maybe it can say, I want to reduce my anxious thoughts by 20% by the end of the summer, or I want to be able to enroll into therapy. It has to be something measurable. A is for attainable, meaning that it's actually something it's in your power. You can get it done. So an unattainable goal is like, I want my mother to buy me a car. That's in your mama's wheelhouse, not in yours. That can be a wish, a desire, but it's not a goal, right? So you want to make sure that it's something that you have the power to achieve and go after. R is for realistic, right? This is where a lot of us get to like, we mess up at, because we set goals that are so high. And then it's like when you don't achieve them, right, in the time frame you thought it was, then you go to feel like a failure. But it's like, no, make sure it's realistic. Make sure these are goals that you can actually achieve in that time frame that you're trying to achieve them. So there's nothing wrong with saying I want to run the New York City Marathon, right? But don't say I want to run it tomorrow or next week. Like, say, hey, I want to run the New York City Marathon in 2022. Hopefully there'll be a marathon. I don't even know if there's a
Mhm.
marathon this year, right? So you want to make sure it's realistic and then time specific, meaning that you have a deadline. So a great SMART goal is like, I want to attend NYU by September 2022, right? You have everything in your power to go after that goal, right? Another thing is writing down your goals. People don't do this. Like writing down your goals is the first manifestation of your vision happening. You get to see what it looks like on person. So I know a lot of us don't have journals, but if you have, I have my goals in my notepad on my phone. So you want to make sure you write down your goals and you review them often. Like, don't just set a goal on January 1st or September 1st or whatever, and then you never go back. You have to go back to your goals and see where you are. Are you still on track? What do you need to change? I don't really need to do that right now. Maybe I need to push that back there. So reviewing your goals often. And then another thing, creating a vision board for your goals. Like, wow, how is that going to look with me, graduating with a 3.9? How is that going to look with me getting my corner office job, buying my house, getting married, having children, weighing that weight, whatever is making that money? Oh my God, envision that much money come into my bank account every 2 weeks, right? So creating a vision board, putting pictures behind your vision, and then also making sure that you put it somewhere that you can see. And I think the big thing too is set mini goals, right, for those big goals, but celebrate those small milestones. Oh my God, we feel like we gotta wait until, like you said, we don't celebrate ourselves long enough. So we feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta wait until my book is on the cover, is on the New York Times bestseller list to feel good about myself. Girl, celebrate the moment you come up with a book title. Celebrate the moment you wrote your first chapter. Celebrate the moment that, you, I don't know, finished your book summary. Like celebrate every milestone. Every celebration doesn't have to be a party with 75 of your friends, but it can be like, all right, I'm going out tonight. I did well this week. I'm going out, so celebrating those small milestones are really important. What about you? What are some tips to set and achieve your goals?
I definitely resonate with the being realistic because I feel like even myself, I'm saying these like unrealistic, crazy, out of pocket goals, and I'm just sitting on my tail, not doing anything about it. So I'm just like, okay, like how about we do something that I can do within the next 12 months, within the next 2 years, just like you said, mini goals, because
Mm-hmm.
those help you see like the bigger picture. So those have definitely helped. Writing them down is definitely a good one as well. And just like for me, I know a lot of people don't like to do this because, mal de ojo or like people putting negative thoughts into
Mm-hmm.
what you got going
Mm-hmm.
on. But I like to share my goals with somebody
Mm-hmm.
that I trust because letting them know what I want to do and they're like, oh, hold girl, you're not doing what you need to do. That's not what's going to get you there.
Accountability. That's what it
Yeah,
is. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
that's a big one for me. Like just telling somebody I trust and they're like, hey, you're not doing what you need to do. You know that you want this goal. You're not going to get there this way. So like, let's make sure you're doing that. So having somebody there that you trust, like just letting you know what you need to do, that's definitely a big one too. That's what
Accountability.
yeah.
I love it. I love how you said that. And I love how you said that because sometimes we don't want to put things out there. I think I don't know if that's a cultural thing or we
It's
just
a
like,
social
oh
media
my,
thing.
yeah, it's a thing. Like, I don't want, like, I get it. Don't put it out to social media that you're working
Hmm.
on whatever new huge goal that you have going on. But it's good to share it with a partner or the people who are going to help you, right? So if you know someone has access to help you, I don't know, get into a school or lose some sort of weight or help is going to keep you on track to make sure you save money to buy that car,
Hmm.
talk to those people, right? Or if you have a mastermind of people, maybe it's you and three of your friends that y'all know is like, listen, we gonna take a vacation to Spain next year. So how we gonna get there? Every month you have a phone call like, I saved
Hmm.
up this month. You know what I mean? I said, so having that, having like-minded people who are going to encourage you, support you, and keep you focused is so helpful to achieving your goals. Because your friend is gonna be like, "Girl, why you eating that ice cream? You know you're trying to lose this weight."
Yeah, that's definitely an important aspect for
Yeah.
me. So
Hmm.
my next question is, what are some of your goals that you have for the upcoming months?
I have goals, I got dreams, I got wishes, I got desires, right? There are those prayers in my heart that I'm like, oh, I want this, right? But in the sake of keeping that to myself, I'll keep it to myself, those like desires, right? Those personal goals. But
Hmm.
as far as business, career, life, I do want to fundraise a certain amount for Embrace a Legacy. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say what that amount is because it's it's intimidating for me, but it's in the wheelhouse of realistic. It gives room for God to move and me to move. Like it's like, it's not all on me. So I do want to fundraise a certain amount so that I can hire two more team members for Embrace, and then give myself a new salary. With that, securing new contracts and corporate funders, school
Hmm.
contracts for Embrace. I want to move. I'm ready to move somewhere quieter. It's definitely still in the five boroughs, but I want to
Some
move, and
peace.
yeah, I need to not hear honks and I
And the
just,
train and everything.
yes, I just need quiet. I just like I don't know where that live. Maybe uptown and maybe east. I don't know. I do want to buy a car. I have to get like it's just like with this pandemic, I was so Mrs. like go and get on trains and stuff, but I don't got it in me anymore. I'm old. And then I do want to go on an end of the year vacation. So that's something that I am looking forward to.
We love those. We're manifesting all of that for you.
We're manifesting it. We're manifesting it. What about you, Isis? What are your goals for the rest of the year or for the upcoming month?
My goals for the upcoming months, finishing off the semester strong. And I was telling you that I was having a real problem with my math class, but I feel confident. So, doing well in that class in particular. Saving a certain amount. I'm not gonna disclose what that amount is, but just like a personal goal for myself by end of year is to save that amount. I don't necessarily need it for anything in particular, but I'm like, just knowing that I have that discipline to do it, that's something that would be big for me. Um, I want to buy a car too. So just practicing driving more, getting out. I am very big on Ubers and trains, but I'm like, you know what? I got my license over a year ago. Like, let's, get into driving. And I think my last one would be just seeing that how I can further, make my way into Embrace and like seeing what I can do to like help you and assist in what we got going on. So,
We never know what we're manifesting. We'll keep that between you and us. And then
right,
we'll
right,
announce it to the world when the world's supposed to, when they're supposed to know.
right. But those are some really good goals, though.
I
So
love
my
your goals.
thank you. So my next question is, since fall is the season of change, what has changed about you since the start of the summer, and what do you hope to change?
Um, well, one of the big changes, and I'll share it, is I'm not a single woman anymore, and that was
Woohoo!
a huge adjustment. I was like, oh my God, I'm so used to hot girl summering it. So, and with that I say that changed the most about me. My therapist was, so yes, the coach has a therapist, and my therapist, when I was telling her, she was so proud of me because she knew where I was 6 months, 7, 8 months ago, and how I felt about love. I had kind of like closed myself off. I was very underwhelmed with all the men I was encountering. I was like, I'm tired. So for me, I was when sometimes it takes someone to see something. She's like, Maria, look at you. You made room for love. So that's something that's changed, and how I was like open, and it's beautiful what happens when you open yourself up. So understanding love, understanding all the relationships in my life has really grown this summer. My wonderful boyfriend, he's been really great at helping me grow in that department of like love and relationship and what partnership and marriage and all of that would look like. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is new, but it's growth, right?
But it's good. This is new, but it's good.
It's new, but it's good. And I'm like, holy smokes, I am so used to living my life a certain way, and now to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now to say, oh, I have a partner, that's different. So I
Hmm.
that's changed the most about me this summer is having a partner, having love in my life, and then also something that we taught. I think we taught. Somebody said it in the summer program, and it resonated with the girls, and it resonated with me. Making decisions that my future self will thank me for. I
Mm.
really took that to heart this summer, and I'm focused on where I want to be and making the decisions and embracing the mindset that's going to get me there. And sometimes it's tough decisions, sometimes it's saying no to certain things and making room for, like, what I really want in my life. So that's been really thinking about my future self has been helpful. So what has changed the most about you since the beginning of the summer?
For me, I feel like this summer definitely showed me that I feel like I've been very nice. I'm super nice. And I feel
Mhm.
like I've let people take advantage of that. And I had to sit down and be like, okay, who do I have in my circle? How do I need to reevaluate this? And what do I need to do? I'm getting older. There's certain things you just don't want to deal with. So I
Mhm.
had to let go of some friendships that I did really care about. So
Mm.
that's something that changed about me. And I'm like, for me personally, I don't like, getting rid of people or, like letting things go. Like, I like to hold you near and dear. I'm like,
Mm.
is this benefiting me? Is this healthy for us? And I had to
Mhm.
really sit down and be like, okay, maybe it's time to, part ways. So that was a big
Mhm.
change for me. And I feel like it was good for both parties. So I'm happy about that. And I feel like the one big thing for me, discipline, during the pandemic, I lacked so much motivation with
Mhm.
school and everything going on because, like, I'm home, I'm laying in my bed in
Mhm.
class. That's not, those
Mhm.
two don't mix. But I
Right.
feel so now that school is back up and that outside is open, I have like this big blossom of discipline and motivation. So that is something
Good.
that's big for me, and I'm really happy about it. So
Good. Good. I am proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you.
thank you. So we are coming to an end. Our last question is, what words do you have for someone or anybody out there listening who lacks motivation for their goals?
Now, Isis, you heard me say this before.
Hmm.
Motivation will get you started, but discipline, and I'm gonna add two more things. Faith and tenacity will get you to your finish line. We have to stop relying on feelings. We have to stop letting our feelings rule, right? There are things I do not feel like doing, right? I feel like eating carbs all the time, but I shared, like, all right, mother done gained some pounds, right? And I feel it. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat as much as I feel like eating them carbs. I gotta have the discipline and say, nah, sis, put the French fries away. You know what I mean? So if you lack motivation, don't let your feelings rule. You have to discipline yourself. You have to have faith in yourself, faith in your dreams, faith in God, and tenacity, resilience, like being a step back up again. Like, it's not, I'm going to tell you this now with goal setting, make room for error. If somebody would have told me something at the beginning of, like, I know we're doing a podcast episode, What I Wish I Know in my 20s, and shout out to Embrace Your Legacy podcast season that's coming to you at the end of
Woohoo!
next month. And one of the things I wish somebody would have told me in my 20s is make room for things not to go the way you expect it to. And when it doesn't go the way you expect it to, don't be discouraged, right? Because we and especially in the social media world, it's all like hype, like I got everything popping, everything look good, and sometimes things aren't popping. Sometimes things don't look good. Sometimes, and oftentimes or not, you experience a delay. You don't have it. You life be life in. So I wish we would make room for life to life. Oh no, did I lose you? Did I
No,
lose
I
you?
can
Okay.
hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Mhm.
much it. So what
Those
about
are
you?
some
What are
good
your
words.
words of encouragement for someone who lacks motivation?
Some words for encouragement. I feel like that lack of motivation comes from just like forgetting or like losing sight of like what you have going on. So revisiting that goal that you wrote down, going back and saying, okay, like what are the steps that I need to take to get there? Because that will make you be like, okay, like I can do this. That's where my motivation comes back from. And then also being okay if it changes, being okay if things go wrong, and just letting the goals happen in the way that they should. And let's say the goal doesn't work out for you, it completely flops, just trusting in timing and trusting in God and that things are always going to work out your way. That's my words of encouragement.
Amen, sister. Well, I don't have nothing to say after that.
So that is our last question. That's autumn leaves, and I've got goals to achieve.
All
Thank you,
right.
Maria.
All right, thank you. All right, guys. So y'all know there's always an opportunity to fundraise, donate. As we are a nonprofit, we do rely on donations and things of people supporting us. So make sure you hit the link in our bio, or you can visit our website. And then again, if this is something that you enjoyed, we have a free class where I really go in. And what I love about that free class is that I go into the mindset. Like I can tell you, girl, achieve your goals, but if you don't believe you're worthy, and if you have a mindset that says I'm not worthy of making that money or having that relationship or living in that house, and that defeats the purpose. So sometimes we even have to step into our worthiness to know you're worth the best. And I go into that in our class, free Savage Goal Slaying class. You can visit embraceyourlegacy.com/Savage Goals or hit the link in our Instagram bio to sign up for free.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Okay, well, Isis, I know you have to go and be an amazing student and intern and social media manager for Embrace, and I have to go and enjoy me a nice glass of wine. My little celebration for having a great pink table talk,
And
all
we
right?
love that for you.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. All right, see everybody next month. We'll see. And if you got ideas, what y'all want to see in October, let us know. Shoot us a DM, and we'll definitely
Yeah, we
consider
will see, and we will
it.
consider it.
All righty, enjoy your night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.